Let's do another example. We'll call this example number 5 on solving inequalities. And we're going to make this one a little more complicated than the previous problems. Let's say we have something like 3m minus 2 times 4m plus 1 is greater than or equal to 2m plus 5. Because all the rules for solving equations exist, we're going to follow what we would normally do. Looking at a problem like this, we need to distribute. Oftentimes students become a little confused with the rule. I know I keep repeating it with each example, but the rule says if you multiply or divide the entire inequality by a negative value, then you must switch the direction of the inequality. When I do this problem, the first thing obviously we're going to do is distribute. Kids will often want to change the direction of the inequality, but it's not being invoked here because all I'm doing is distributing a negative. I'm not multiplying the entire inequality. So I'm allowed to just multiply right here, get negative 2 times 4, which is negative 8m, and that doesn't change anything. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Doesn't change the inequality. It stays right the way it is. And then we're going to apply the KISS rule. 3 monkey, take away 8 monkey, negative 5 monkey, minus 2 is greater than or equal to 2m plus 5. Now, I'm going to solve this problem a little bit differently than what I did the previous examples. I'm going to go back to our rules for solving equations. I want all the variables on one side, and so I picked the smallest variable. Negative 5 is smaller than 2, so I'm going to move the negative 5m over here, and I'll move this positive 5 over there. Moving terms will never invoke a change in the direction of your inequality. Again, changing terms or moving terms will never change the direction of your inequality sign. So as I move these, this simply becomes negative 2, because that was originally there, I write it first. This 5 comes over as a negative 5, greater than or equal to 2m was originally there. The negative 5m is coming over as a positive 5m. So you owe me 2, you owe me 5, you owe me 7. 2 monkey plus 5 monkey is 7 monkey. Like traditional solving equation methods, we're going to divide both sides here by 7. As I divide by 7, I get negative 1 is less than or equal to m. Again, I did not change the direction of the inequality here because I was dividing by a positive. That doesn't make me change anything. It doesn't matter what the numerator is. It's only what you divide by. Those are 2 positive 7s, so that does not change the direction of your inequality sign. Now the problem with this one, when I look at this setup here, I have negative 1 greater than or equal to m. And it dictates, when you do set building notation, you have to say the set m such that m. How I get around this is I just look at who's being pointed at. In this solution up here, it points at m. So down here, because I don't want to change my answer, I have to still point at the variable. It has to point at the variable. That's not changing the answers. That's just forcing that to fit into this set building notation. And this is an area where sometimes kids run into problems. I like to keep my variables on the left whenever possible. But it's not always possible. Sometimes you're working that out and you're so used to the way that we solve equations that you get variables that end up on the right-hand side. It's okay to switch it, but make sure that your answers are not changed. When I look at this and it points at the variable, it still points at the variable down here. Now I go to my graph and it's as easy as can be. I locate 0. I locate negative 1. I ask myself, can I have negative 1? Hopefully the answer is yes, because of the equality. So we make that a dark circle, and then this tells me to shade off to the left. There's your answer.